Oh, good afternoon to you again. Pretty rough out here now, isn't it? My gosh, Thursday again. Where's the time going? Now, I got to apologise again. I'm sorry, Marlene, from down St. Berrien, not down St. Just. But as I said, you sent me two lovely stories. And I was going to read one Monday and one Wednesday. Well, I had a bit of a problem with one of my feet and I had to get on getting seen to. And of course, when I come in Wednesday and picked up the bits of paper, do my bit of reading, and I read the same story Wednesday that I read Monday. So please accept my apologies, Marlene. And we're going to have another go in a minute, and we're going to today's Thursday. So I'm going to do this one absolutely fabulous. We've had lots of feedback. Not because he's the same one, but lots of feedback. Marvellous, marvellous. Keep them coming if you can. I don't mind doing them for you. But now, doing a few things. I got light on because, my gosh, getting a bit dark, the rain and all like that. But there we are. I'm doing one now. Is another one by Herbert Lean. Father put an ad in the paper. 'Twas some handsome weather. Father and old Uncle Annie was out sitting down on the summer seat. I've had more than one job since I had retired, grumbled Uncle Annie. Exactly like an old car I am. Got to be retired. You're always too careful. I heard tell when you started work you used to walk 12 miles for 10 years, and when somebody asked how didn't you get a house a bit nearer, you said you wanted to make sure you liked the job. What was the last job you had since you retired? Oh, down Mrs. James a skate in her winders. Got in her head she couldn't see out though. The houses are over 50 years old, and 'tis funny thing how they're only now got dirty. I heard my missus say Mrs. James got new curtains, remarked Feather. Uncle Annie shook his head. The old skeet that she had wasn't much good. Water was going up my arm, down over my back, and down the leg of my trousers. Howsoever, she gave me sixpence, she did, but said I ought to bring my own skeet and not wear hers out. You can make money on that job, said Feather. There ain't another window skater for miles. I know what you could do. If I put it in the newspaper, it wouldn't cost much. I don't hold with newspapers, quoted Uncle Annie. People who read the papers haven't got no time to do work. Besides, I'm over 80, and I just say the print isn't as clear as it used to be. I tell you what, you could put in the paper something like this. Windows skated while you wait. Apply Uncle Annie. Let's have it. Couldn't beat that. But it'd say how long I got wait. Mrs. James was 50 years making up her mind, and I was so wet I had to take my trousers off out in the garden. Leave it go to the paper, said Feather. Can't do better, I'm sure. How are you so sure? Asked Uncle Annie. Well, said Feather, once upon a time I lost a penknife. It was one my brother gave me before he went foreign parts abroad. And I did prize that knife, and was in some way when I lost him. Couldn't sleep by night, I couldn't. Mother could see I was upset, so she seed the schoolmaster and asked what was the best thing to do. Well, he advised us to put it in the newspaper as lost. Well, believe me or no, it wasn't in the papers more than 2 days before I found that knife in my best coat pocket. It was well worth the half-a-crown I paid the paper. Have you noticed how near-sighted the master is getting? Asked Uncle Annie. I went up to see him about something. Very nice he was. He invited me inside and asked me twice where's that was. He couldn't see it upon his head. Well, said Feather, looking back over the future, it'd take all sorts of people to make the world. There's Jan Winks, now. He ain't no old man, went and married a woman that is near-sighted, hard of hearing, and to stammer. Said he was gone most part of the day, and she was bit of company for the dog. Just then a man comed up the road, hollering pilchards. I got to go in now, said Feather. Mother won't see, 'cause last Monday she bought some fish from me, and 'twas stale. He said 'twas her fault, 'cause he offered her the same fish last Saturday, and she refused it. So long, see again. Now we're going to have another go with Marlene. Thank you, Marlene. Now this one's called Sunday Dinner. Shall I tell you about the time Ethel Trevose invited us up to her house? Come after chapel, Ethel said. We'll have a bit of croust. Well, anyone who knows Ethel will be aware she puts on a beautiful spread. You certainly won't leave there hungry. Everyone will be well fed. The minister was invited, old Jimmy Bray, and the Penhaligon sisters too. We wondered what we had to look forward to. Would it be Ethel's hearty stew? As we sang the last hymn at chapel, I don't think our thoughts were on the Lord. It was Ethel's kitchen that was on our minds and what we had in store. Well, finally, the service done, we were ready to go to our place. Our tumblers rumbling, we rushed to the door, almost forgetting the final grace. We entered Ethel's kitchen to the wonderful smell of roast, crispy potatoes and handsome veg, all lovingly prepared by our host. We sat to the table, our mouths fairly watering at the smell from the oven range. No glass of wine partaken here, for Ethel was chapel. That would be strange. Ethel was sat telling us tales as she waited for the Yorkshires to cook, when all of a sudden her face turned green and she let out a mighty squawk. Whatever's the matter? The minister asked, as the rest of us looked on in shock. I've forgotten Mabel, Ethel explained, with a fearful look at the clock. She leapt up with a yelp and ran out to the kitchen with all of us in tow. Well, what we saw I shall never forget. That much I surely know. Ethel ran to the Aga and opened the door to the warming oven below. Out stumbled the chicken, all dazed and confused. It was an incredible show. My dear soul, Ethel exclaimed, I forgot she was there. Poor Mabel was looking some wished, and I thought warmth will add to her care. As Mabel continued to stumble around, recovering from her shocking ordeal, we all resumed our seats at the table. Mabel's sister Gertie was our Sunday meal. Thank you very much, Marlene.